Hey guys, welcome to 54 Nights RV. This video is our road trip to Rocky Mountain National Park from Great Sand Dunes. Right here we're heading out of Great Sand Dunes National Park, or the Alamosa area. Estes Park, the gateway to Rocky Mountain National Park, the eastern gateway. It's one of our favorite destinations. It is, we've been there, I don't know, 5-6 times in the past 10 years. Seems like we're there every year or every other year here lately. And there's two main ways to get into Estes Park. You got Highway 36 and Highway 34. Also Highway 7, but you got to kind of, it's not a real direct route, but the way we suggest taking is not Highway 36. If you're coming from the south, that's the first road sign you see for Rocky Mountain National Park, is to get over to Highway 36.
Don't get excited and be like, oh, this is where I get off. No, don't do that.
Yes.
Keep going. Keep going north.
Keep going north. On up to Loveland, Colorado, and Highway 34. It takes you through Big Thompson Canyon. You know, years ago, our first trip to Rocky Mountain National Park, we came in from the north end because we had just finished a road trip up to Rushmore and Devil's Tower, and we kind of just stopped by Rocky Mountain National Park for a day on the way back home. So Highway 34 was our first introduction to Estes Park and Rocky Mountain National Park. And, you know, possibly that's the reason we love that drive so much. But, you know, a large part of it is going through Big Thompson Canyon. You got the Big Thompson River flowing right through there.
Almost 100% of the time it's in your sight.
Yeah, and you know, the big canyon walls. It's just,
yeah, you almost can't see the top. You have to kind of lean up and look. It's pretty amazing.
And that's not to say Highway 36 doesn't have a beauty of its own. We've been down Highway 36 heading over to Boulder from Estes Park, but it's just something about Big Thompson Canyon that we really enjoy.
We always miss them, but there's actually often bighorn sheep out there. You can see on the sides of the canyon. Of course, they blend in so well that we might see them and not see them.
Yeah, the locals will tell you that if you make that drive in the morning, you will see them. The guy at the hat shop, this guy at the hat shop's been working there for a decade at least. He's told us a couple of times on his way to work in the morning, he sees them every morning. So, you know, maybe you make this drive early in the morning, catch some bighorn sheep. But
that little lake that we're passing right there, it's a nice little lake if you want to stop and if you like to run or something, run around the lake, and there's real pretty statues.
Yeah, that's there in Loveland when you first get off of the interstate.
Really cool statues all along it. If you just want to stop and have a picnic or something, that's a really
Loveland's
nice
a pretty little town. And Fort Collins is just north of Loveland. It's college town. A couple of nice places to visit. Big Thompson Canyon Road, according to CDOT, there's a couple of mile stretch that is still closed right now for only for permitted traffic, which is basically those that work in Estes Park. They've had two floods there in Big Thompson Canyon, two major floods. In 1976, that flood actually, there was 143 fatalities in that flood, and it did a number on the highway. And then in 2013, I'm sure a lot of you saw some footage on that flood. It come roaring through the town of Estes Park and down into the canyon and took out a lot of the highway going through Big Thompson Canyon. So they've been doing construction on it since, and part of that construction project is rerouting portions of that highway and shoring up other portions of it so that it can better withstand a flood. So the past couple of winters, the highway's been shut down while they've been doing construction on it. And so this is they're on the last stretch of repairing this highway, and so CDOT says it will be open before Memorial Day, completely open before Memorial Day, with spot construction going on throughout the summer, but the highway will be open. Then December of 18 is when they're expected to just be totally done with the highway.
We need to go see if they're really done.
Yeah, we do. We need to go back up there and check it out. It's a beautiful drive into Estes Park. We take it every time without fail. Last August when we went in here, there were a couple of spots where they were doing construction, and I think we had to wait once or twice on that highway on the way out, a couple of times. Well worth the drive. I think it adds another 15 minutes to the trip if you take this drive as opposed to the other one, but that 15 minutes is worth it.
And we just went past a pull-out. If you're in a camper and you're going slow because it's very windy, pull over to the side and let people go on past you. Please do that, because some of the people are on their way to work and stuff. So, see, there's another pull-out right there. There's pull-outs for you.
Yeah, some of them are a little rough. They don't have as many good paved pull-outs as they should, honestly.
So maybe slow down right before you get there.
Yeah,
pretty well.
And couple of them aren't even well marked. They kind of sneak up on you, and then you feel like a jerk for driving right past them.
Yeah.
But Estes Park is the eastern gateway to Rocky Mountain National Park. It is a tourist trap. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a tourist trap.
But it's a homey tourist trap.
We love Estes Park. We really do. Just something about the place and the people, the folks that work the shops are super nice and extremely helpful. And you go buy a trail tag, which are these little badges that you can put on your backpack or whatever. It tells what trails you've been on, and you'll get trapped into a conversation with the clerk about that trail and other trails that they suggest.
What is that one store? They're so nice there, where they'll talk to you about your...
Brownfield,
yeah,
I think is the name of it.
I think that's right. Very nice people.
Open seasonally, which, most of the time that you would be there, it is open.
And it's the least expensive trail tags also, I think, in the park or in the city.
There's a hat shop that I like to go to because I like hats because I have no hair, so I must protect my skin. Not that I'm hiding that I'm bald. My barber told me I was bald a few years ago, and after I got over it and accepted it. But there's a hat shop there that the guy that works at that hat shop, nice guy, he'll sit there and talk your ear off once you get him going.
And that one's in the main part of the strip. There's a couple of hat shops there.
A lot of shops with t-shirt shops, and then hiking gear. There's places to get. You can sign up for rafting or jeep tours. Just a lot of stuff to do in Estes Park.
Very dog friendly too.
Yeah. Places to stay in Estes Park. As far as campgrounds, you got Jellystone, which is just outside of Estes. There's Elk Meadow and Spruce Lake, owned by the same company. those are good.
Which one's the one with a big dog park, with a nice dog park?
And that would be Elk Meadow.
Okay, Elk Meadow has a nice dog park.
And it's right by the entrance to the national
beautiful
park.
scenery. And then Spruce Lake right across the street from it. Now it's right beside the river, which is also wonderful.
Most of the campgrounds in the town of Estes Park, you're not going to have a whole lot of tree coverage or pavement. You know, gravel roads that, you know, some seasons it could kick up a lot of dust on you, and you know, just hardly any trees. The KOA right as you pull into Estes Park,
which is right where.
You know, I would not recommend it.
If you're a tent camper, it has a nice, cozy little tent place, but it's right on the main road. It's the only thing.
Yeah, you are packed in there like sardines. Literally, you could open up your camper door and put your hands on the camper next to you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. They have it set up beautiful. They at the back of it, there's a pretty little table that kind of overlooks the mountains.
Yeah, we've been staying at Mary's Lake, which is a Estes Park City owned campground. It makes a good base camp. I mean, it's a parking lot. Now you can stay in the national park, which is always good if you can stay in the national park.
It's usually full too.
Yeah, it usually is. So, you know, we harp on Estes Park because we just love this little town. On the west side of the Rockies, a lot of people prefer it. Grand Lake, I think is the name.
It's beautiful. It really is. Beautiful place.
Less traffic, less people.
There's never summer mountains.
And a lot of people prefer that. We don't mind the people in Estes Park. Yeah, it's crowded, but at least for us, it doesn't seem like it's overbearing. It's not like walking down, you know, Broadway in New York City.
Or Disney World.
Yeah, or even Main Street at Magic Kingdom and Disney World. There are a lot of people in Estes Park because it is a tourist town. There's a lot of lodging available in Estes Park: hotels, campgrounds, cabins. You can even, you know, rent houses, you know, for a week. So yeah, it's a busy town. So if you want to stay away from that, go to the other side of the mountains there, and it's quieter. The thing is, part of the reason that Estes Park is so busy is because the bulk of the trails in the national park are on that side of the mountain, and which is why we enjoy the Rockies so much, because we love to hike there in the park.
And the bigger mountains are on this side.
But you know, that's our road, or our way to get to Estes Park. We love it. Wouldn't miss it on any trip, and we love Estes Park. And our next couple of trail videos we have are trails on that side of the park. So
it's like a little bowl in the middle of the mountains. You can look all around you, and there's mountains.
Oh yeah.
It's just
and the Stanley Hotel. Don't forget the Stanley Hotel.
Yeah. That's amazing. It's where Stephen King stayed and got his
inspiration for The Shining.
Yep.
It's not the hotel they used for the movie.
Well,
but
it is for the miniseries.
Yeah, for the miniseries they actually use that hotel. But yeah, it's a beautiful hotel. Don't get caught wandering around in that hotel if you're not a guest.
Yeah, that would be bad. You can do ghost tours. You can sign up for ghost tours, and they'll take you underneath the main part of the hotel and tell you the stories, and it's pretty fun. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. They've got a maze out there now that they just started up, so it's not that big, but a beautiful hotel.
So anyway, this turned into a Visit Estes Park promo video.
It really did.
We'll catch you guys next time around.
Bye.